the right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
And these people that toot their horn, and I'm not saying you, but people that toot their horn and, I gave away, $500,000. Let me pat myself on the back here. Like,
you never call me who hate people.
What?
You just love finding people to not like.
I hate people individually, but I love mankind.
Oh, you do.
Okay, so yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, all these people.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But we just said before the segment that you don't like hanging out with people either.
Well, that doesn't mean I think they're bad.
We don't know each other that well. You've said 30 insane things to me in the last few minutes.
I'm not an everyman.
No, you're not an everyman.
I'm not an everyman.
You are a singular man.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running around, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight. He ain't doing nothing but running his mouth.
Chewy, how did things go yesterday?
Therapeutic. Very therapeutic, a lot of energy.
It occurred to me as I was listening to the show, I was flying back from New York. When we're not here, you talk a lot.
Well, there were only two of us. And it's therapy, I guess. I mean, I've never really been to therapy, but I would guess that's what it's like. And he just lets me go and then tries to point me in the right direction.
How did that go for him?
Homer? I love Homer. Homer is a national treasure.
Yes.
But he really doesn't care about anything. No, he doesn't. He really doesn't. Doesn't care if he doesn't have a tooth. He doesn't care
You're
the
hung
way
up
he
on
dresses.
that. He shows up to one public event without a tooth, and you think he cares about nothing.
And we talked about it yesterday, and I still don't know how he lost a tooth. And I'll still always have that mental picture.
He's just old sometimes.
But I got a little... I was a little late today. Had the gas up, and I think that's a product of Homer because he just kind of floats.
Sure.
And I got grounded. Did you know I got grounded today?
By Homer?
No, by Mom and Dad.
I was not aware.
Dad called me at 3:37.
Okay, usually
Where are you? 3:37.
Chewy is here between 6:28 and 6:31 every single day.
Wait, are you
every
Dad?
Single day.
I'm confused. Are you the dad here in this story?
They both called me, Dad and Josh. Like, where are you?
Well, no, so
It's like I missed curfew.
it was a wellness check. Like, he is so in his routine. Like, again, he has sent us pictures because he tells us, what time are you going to get to the gym today?
I will get there at 9:28.
See? So, he has his, especially the early part of the day where he's got to come here and then go to the gym and go to the grocery store. He has that planned down to the minute. So when he is not here, it's 6:31. Okay, Chewy's not here. 6:32. All right, maybe something happened, a little bit of traffic on the highway, whatever. 6:33. All right, this is getting weird. 6:34. Josh, where's Chewy? I don't know. 6:35. All right, he could be dead in a ditch somewhere. But he is
hold on, Gabe.
You are so into your routine that if you're not here, I assumed you might have quit.
But for a person who worked with Homer for years and years and years, the man doesn't care about time. You know what time he showed up for the show yesterday? 6:58.
Yeah.
So I don't know where he's going. I'm like, all right, let's just do it.
I mean, in fairness,
we covered a lot of space.
Yes, you did.
In fairness, you're here for our meetings. I don't know how much you're actually listening and paying attention to where we're going to be going. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
One ear here. Yeah. I don't hear real well.
Where exactly is there?
I float. I float. Would you say that's fair?
Yes, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I float. It's just that's what happens when you get old.
So it occurs to me that as you guys were floating around yesterday on the show, you did not address the Jordan Love contract over chemistry, chemistry over contract situation.
We did not.
You did.
Covered Jesus a lot.
I was about to say,
didn't make it there.
They talked about Chewy's number one and Jesus.
Yeah, well, you guys are both big Jesus fans, so obviously it makes sense. A little common ground there between you and Homer. So Jordan Love spoke this week at 1265. They've got OTAs going on up there. And one of the things that has come out of these OTAs is almost perfect attendance. Who isn't there? I mean, even the guys who were hurt were there.
Robert Rochelle has an excused absence.
That's it?
That's as far as I know.
That is incredible. That's fantastic. Even Tucker Kraft, who got married, I believe, last weekend, was in attendance, although dealing with an injury, so was not participating, if I'm not mistaken. So there is almost every single guy there. And you heard as we talked to the guys and all the sound was rolling around on social media and on the website that they feel like there was unfinished business. This team feels like they let a team off the hook last year and that they should have been in the Super Bowl as opposed to another team. And therefore, they're going to make sure that this year they are not giving other teams the opportunity to outwork them and catch them at the end sort of thing. But it could not go ignored that Jordan Love does not have a contract yet. He has a contract, but a contract extension with the Green Bay Packers. So first, let's hear from Jordan Love on attending OTAs without a new deal in place.
Yeah, I mean, that's just something that I've always done. Trying to be here, get the reps in, get to working with the guys, and just start building that chemistry and getting ready for the season.
Do you have an idea of when you would like that done? Has your agent said you're not stepping on the field for a preseason game until you have a deal done or something like that?
No, so I don't really know what's going on, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm not going to get into too much contract stuff.
Would you be comfortable playing under the current deal, or is that something that you don't want to do at this point?
We'll see. I don't know yet. We'll see.
First of all, good questions by the reporters who were there. Those are all the things that people are wondering. Your reaction to Jordan Love's response, though, Chew?
His agent has probably said, are you prepared to possibly sit out? Which I don't think he would. I mean, me and Homer did touch on that yesterday. Who would look bad in that situation? Who would look worse in that situation, the Packers or Jordan Love? His character, I don't see him doing it, but I understand why he said it.
What would be the incentive of sitting out?
Possibly going 12-5 as opposed to 5-12, right? Yeah. I mean, it'd be a little panic time, I think, for Green Bay Packer fans because they do have a shot at going all the way. Although I don't think it's this year, I think it's the following year. What I'd like to know is how dug in the Packers are because there's no rush. There's no rush because you have 3 years, but with that comes
animosity,
troubles.
Aren't you in the camp of they shouldn't, quote unquote, overpay the quarterback?
I think they should be fair. And I talked about it yesterday, said, okay, if I'm Russ Ball or I'm Mark Murphy or whoever's calling the shots here, and let's just say the Jordan Love camp wants $55 million a year. I would say you're not getting 55. Let's, and it's not even meet in the middle. I said, if you want 55 and you got your heels dug in, you play 9 games or 7 games and show me you're worth 55. And if you do, we'll give you the 55. If you don't, you're taking 52 or 51 or 50. It's got to be fair.
But there's a lot of risk associated with
There's
that.
risk on both sides. There's risk on both sides.
There's more risk for the player.
I'm just trying to put myself in that position.
Because every contract, even the big one that Jared Goff did, every NFL contract eventually has outs, right?
Correct.
Typically it's after 2 or 3 seasons you can get out of the contract. Sometimes you can rush it and do what the Denver Broncos did.
Yes.
There's more risk. And especially because we're just talking about the preseason game, Jordan Love should not be playing in the preseason game without any sort of contract extension beyond 2024.
When you talk about risk, you're talking about injuries, right?
Injury risk, correct.
Let me ask you this question. Is there a difference between $54 million and $50 million? Is there a difference? Other than ego, is there a difference?
But you already know the answer to that question.
There's not.
Like monetary, no, but as a player, and you know this, it's not about the money.
First time it is.
It's about what the money represents.
Gabe, because my first big contract, there was a little bit of a hometown discount because I didn't want to leave, and we have a good thing going here. I could have left for more money, and I said no. And what I thought was fair. The second time around, and I told the story before, I wanted to be the highest paid tight end, just to say, hey, I was the highest paid. First time around, no.
But isn't his contract extension he negotiated last year the first time around?
Yes.
No, I'm talking big money.
But that was the first time around. That was the first time they went to the drawing board together. Both sides came together, and he, by all accounts, took a team-friendly deal. I understand that there was not enough hay in the barn. There was not enough of a sample size to sit there and go, he didn't really have a point of leverage, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So I understand that. But now he does. Now, again, we talked at length the other day about the Josh Hader situation with the Milwaukee Brewers and arbitration in baseball and all of the nastiness that can be. That is not exactly how it goes in football. But if you don't think that the Green Bay Packers are throwing in Jordan Love's agent's face the fact that he stunk at the beginning of the season, even though he was good at the end of the season, you're fooling yourself. They're going to keep hampering and harping on the fact that it is a small sample size. They're going to keep saying it's just 8 games. It's just 8 games of brilliance, 8 games where he was fantastic. We don't know if that was the anomaly or if, we actually have something here.
Yeah. And I had the same situation where it was my Achilles. I was trying to negotiate a new deal in the middle of a season, and I was in the training room with my Achilles, and they're like, we're not giving you your Achilles. And all of a sudden I come out of the training room and I don't need the training room anymore and I'm playing well. All right, here you go. You're the highest paid. How it works.
So I am okay. Go ahead.
But the rules are different for quarterbacks.
The rules are different. But
for quarterbacks. It just is. It's just the way it is, man.
And that's what I was just going to say. I am okay with the way that it has shaken out, rolled out so far. Jordan Love showing up. Matt LaFleur went on the record the other day and said, when your quarterback shows up, there's a pressure on everybody else to show up. It's a huge reason why they have perfect attendance. Was it a veil shot at Aaron Rodgers? Maybe. Certainly was comparing the two situations.
If it's the truth, is it a shot?
Don't you feel like when Rodgers was doing that, where he was not showing up, the coach defended it? LaFleur defended it. At least when he was asked about it, he didn't criticize it. He would say things like, "Well, we want everyone here," which, by the way, is the new coach thing, right? They just go to like the hotkeys. Boop. Well, we want everyone here, but we understand it's voluntary and we can't force them.
But I'm just saying, I don't think he was taking a veiled shot at Rodgers. I think he was just saying, "Hey, here are the facts. When the quarterback's here, there's pressure on everybody else to be here."
You want you want a shot that's 10 times bigger than that? Take 51, less than Jared Goff, sign the deal and say, okay, let's go win a Super Bowl. You know how far that would go with Packer fans and the Packer organization and with your players?
Yeah, but that's just not where we are.
51? What are you doing with $2 million? Giving it to A.J. Dillon? Sweet.
I'm just saying. I think that's fair.
Well, BC guys stick together, so just trying to get some for his guy.
What are you spending that $2 million on an annual
I don't think
average
it's that.
value?
I just think it's goodwill, and it's like, look, yeah, I'm here to win Super Bowls. The money's great. Like I said, what's the difference between 51?
Well, but the problem is it's not just when you start talking about quarterback contracts. It's not just pressure from his agent, but the players' union is also going to put pressure on
screw
you.
them. The union sucks. The union's a joke. I'm sorry. The union's a joke. I was in it for years. It's
Who are
a
you
joke.
apologizing to?
I think we all agree.
I'm not a part of the players' union.
Right.
I don't run the players' union. I don't believe Jen's an officer in the players' union.
So it's interesting because we are getting reaction on the ESPN Milwaukee Talk and Text line and on the YouTube page. Like, here we go again, talking about Jordan Love's contract. But guys, there are so many interesting variables here. There's so many interesting data points that we can explore. One, we mentioned the quarterback thing. Look, Brandon Ayuk right now with the 49ers is also, quote, in a contract negotiation with his team. You know what he's doing? Likely sitting out. Will not be in attendance at any voluntary team activities, which everybody's like, fine, we get it. There's a contract thing happening here. But the quarterback position is different than Brandon Ayuk, right? Because the quarterback galvanizes everybody, brings them together, creates the chemistry. So I am okay with Jordan Love showing up. The next layer of it is the risk of injury. Like you just mentioned, at what point is there an ouch button of he is participating in these activities, doesn't have the long-term deal. If he gets injured, he maybe made a mistake. Like there's that whole conversation of it. And then, of course, there is the Adam Schefter, who we spoke to last week, who gave us the word if, and I called it a record scratch. And people were like, oh, no, we're not doing this thing, the blow by blow. We're not going to let the agents dictate the narrative here. But the fact of the matter is, this thing could drag on. And it would be, I don't think by any fault of either side. Like, both sides to me right now, guys, feel justified in their position. The question is, can they find that middle ground? Can they find that number that both are okay with? Nobody's going to be thrilled, I don't think, with the number that they end up with. And I'm taking that just based on the delay that we are seeing, Gabe. Is that fair?
No, the Packers are 100% to blame here. Pay your guy. This is your guy.
Yeah.
You drafted him. This is your guy. This is the one that
Chewy
you
just said there's not enough. Yes, and I understand that standpoint for sure. But Chewy has said 8 games. 8 games, guys. You got 8 games.
It's the risk that's the risk you play. When you sit him for 3 years, that's the risk you take on. This is the risk. You got the reward last year of him getting into the postseason. You got the reward of him being second in the NFL in touchdown passes. When you have a quarterback like that, you don't bleep around and you pay the man his money.
You don't overpay, though.
You blew that by dragging your feet. You blew that. You blew your chance at 51, Chew. Blew it. You could have gotten him maybe for 50 or 51.
No, I think they do.
You dragged your feet.
I really think.
You let Jared Goff sign for 53, and now you've got now there's a new mark out there for him and his agent to go, hey, this is the new mark. You could have got him. You could have had him for 50 or 51, but you decided to lowball first. You decided to play your little negotiation
I really
games.
think before they get to camp, this will be done, and it'll be about a 51 or 52 average. That's my guess. Like you said, what do you say about deadlines?
It's per action.
So what's the deadline? Camp?
Camp. We got time.
No, you have time.
Yeah. The rest of us have very busy schedules. Got a lot of things on the docket.
I got to plant flowers today. I haven't even planted my flowers yet.
Oh, no. Can't believe it. What kind of flowers are we talking about? Petunias?
As my wife said as I left, no stupid flowers today. What the hell's a stupid flower? She doesn't like my color schemes. I mean, green goes with pink.
Yeah,
everyone knows that. Am I right?
Yes.
I mean, you want to be like everyone else? Yeah. You want to be like everyone else and have the colors match. Oh! I want to be a little different. Sorry.
Hey, mission accomplished there, big guy. Mission accomplished.
Got that in spades.
We've got Jason Wilde coming up next. We'll ask him what his thoughts are. He was in the locker room. We talked to the guys. We'll see. It doesn't seem like there is any panic. I want to make sure that we are clear on this. It doesn't feel like there is any panic. But obviously, it is something worth monitoring, and we will continue to do that with Jason Wilde right after this.
You've probably heard about employee stock ownership plans before, but what separates Fifth Third Bank from others when it comes to these plans? A succession plan that benefits business owners and employees. From full and partial sales, second stage transactions, repurchase obligation financing, and seller note refinancing, ESOPs can offer tax advantages, increased liquidity, employee incentives, and overall diversification of net worth to help your company plan for the future. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got some backups along westbound 894 coming out of the Mitchell Interchange, heading all the way to 68th Street through the construction zone there. Westbound 94 slow from 25th to Mitchell Boulevard, and northbound 43 got some delays coming out of the Fond du Lac Avenue area up towards Keefe. Traffic is brought to you by the Club at Lac La Belle. The historic course is open to the public 7 days a week. Schedule your tee time today at club@laclabelle.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny and warm, a high of 77. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 56. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The Jen, Gabe, and Chewy podcast is sponsored by Celsius Energy Drink, and I am here to tell you it makes a huge difference in my mornings. With a unique blend of essential energy and key vitamins, Celsius is your partner to an active lifestyle. My favorite, the Peach Vibe. Learn more at Celsius.com and pick up Celsius Energy Drinks today.
Eagle Sports Range has an unbeatable offer on concealed carry license classes. For just $49, enroll in their 3-hour class led by expert instructors prioritizing safety. Learn laws, techniques, and mindset for responsible carrying. Stick around for an optional hour of range time with instructors included in the package. Practice under professional guidance and gain confidence. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day at 2525 East Layton Avenue in Cudahy. Secure your spot at eaglesportsrange.com. Eagle Sports Range, where safety meets skill.
I need directions for paying down debt.
Starting route. Apply for a SoFi personal loan and consolidate your debt into one fixed payment. Turn right into a positive outlook and get $5,000 to $100,000 as soon as the same day you sign with no fees required.
Got it. You could get out of high-interest credit card debt with a SoFi personal loan. View your rate at SoFi.com/debt in 60 seconds with no impact to your credit score. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions at SoFi.com/debt. NMLS 696891.
Lowe's knows every project starts with the right tools and equipment. And during Craftsman Days, you can save big on what you need from a brand you trust. Get a free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select Battery 2-pack. Plus, save $50 on a V20 string trimmer and leaf blower combo kit. Now only $99. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 5/29 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
We're David and Greg Figueroa, founders of Melinda's Hot Sauce.
Customers say we've ruined all other hot sauces for them.
So, we're sorry
for rocking your world.
We're sorry we craft hot sauces from fresh, hot, flavorful ingredients, while other brands just use dried spice dust and vinegar. So a moment of silence.
Set your mouth on flavor with Melinda's Hot Sauces. Find them at your local retailer or online at melindas.com. That's MELINDAS.com.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
He was a field tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
We always appreciate Jason Wilde hanging out with us, giving us a little bit of insight. Good morning, Jason. How are you doing today?
Good morning, everyone. I'm good. How are you?
We are good. We're talking about Jordan Love, and there's a little bit of an exasperation coming from folks on our ESPN Milwaukee Talk and Text line and on our YouTube page saying, we're going to talk about this again. But Jordan did speak this week, and we talked hard from Matt LaFleur, and you talked to guys in the locker room. What is the vibe surrounding this topic specifically with the Green Bay Packers, the Jordan Love contract extension that has not yet occurred?
Yeah, I mean, look, I understand people's, I guess, frustration or the belief that it's going to get done, so why are we even worrying about this kind of a thing? I respect fans feeling that way. I understand fans feeling that way. Frankly, because of how he played, I understand that fans really wanted to get done and have there be no acrimony. And there's more likely that's the scenario that's going to unfold, right? He's going to get something done before training camp starts or early on in training camp, and they'll go down to Sao Paulo with their quarterback locked up for the next 5 years with a ridiculous amount of guaranteed money. But, Brian Gutekunst himself told us that this was not going to be a fast process. And so there are breadcrumbs that at least say, hey, we have to at least ask the questions about the possibility of this being more difficult than Packers fans want it to be. Like, I've got plenty of Packers fans who tell me, well, just give him whatever he wants. He's the next guy. And then, even Matt Hamilton, who sees the world through as green and gold of glasses as anybody I know, he suggested on Rutledge and Hamilton when I was with them earlier in the week that Jordan Love should have to play a little bit into the regular season and show that what he did in the second half of last year is who he really is and wasn't a fluke. And so, I approached it this way, and I think Rob Domofsky also did the same. We don't necessarily think it's going to come to this, but we have to ask him what he's going to do if it comes to this. And so when Rob asked a very pointed and much shorter than my question of, are you comfortable playing this season on your current contract, parentheses, which pays him $11 million as opposed to the 170, 180, 190, whatever it would be, $1 million that he would get guaranteed in his new deal. When Jordan answered, you guys heard the answer. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, that tells you that he is aware at least of the possibility and that his agents certainly had him ready for that question, because he did not say, well, if that's what happens, yeah, that's what happens. I'm ready to do that. It's not a big deal, but hopefully we get something done. Like, he left himself some wiggle room, as he should.
Jason, what's the timeline for Tom and Kraft?
Did you ever tear a pec?
No, because I bench press enough, and these guys don't, and that's the problem. That's why you tear things.
Nice. Yes. And you walked uphill to school both ways in your bare feet.
Exactly. My milkshakes are bigger than yours.
Nobody can see you doing your little peck dance when you got the hoodie on.
Jason gets it. Jason's very, very wise. Jason's working out again, which is nice to hear. I heard on your show yesterday that you are working out.
I want to look like you someday, buddy. I got a long way to go. So here, old, nice. You're a mountain of a man. It was really interesting because I joked that I have to give Brian Bulaga my password to Madison.com so he can be caught up on the news. But what he did not know that Zach Tom had torn his pec, and so when I said it kind of matter-of-factly, capturing his, I think I need to make his facial expression a GIF. What? Because he was not aware, and I think that both Zach Tom and Matt LaFleur, Tucker Kraft a little less so because he just did his like 10 days ago, but I think both of them presented very sunshiny, this will be fine. I'll be ready during training camp sometime. Don't worry about it. And Brian, kind of said, look, man, this is, especially for an offensive lineman, and to a same degree a tight end, right? Because of what Tucker Kraft has to do. Like, you're engaging with guys on the line of scrimmage. Your ability to push them around and control them is contingent on the strength of your chest in part. And so, Zach Tom said they told me it's 8 to 12 weeks from the surgery. He had a surgery in mid-April. So that takes you, if it's 3 months, that takes you into mid-July. But, he had acknowledged it might not be till mid-August that he's ready to go. But this is the kind of stuff, and again, I'm not saying that this is a harbinger of things to come on this roster. But when we get excited about teams, whatever teams they may be, and what they have on their roster, whether they're the Bucks adding Dame, or they're the Brewers and dealing with a bunch of injuries on their pitching staff, or the Packers. Like, this is the stuff that derails seasons. Like, everybody feels good about their rosters now when everybody's healthy. In the Packers' case, not everybody is healthy. But if Zach Tom isn't ready for Brazil, or is less than the Zach Tom who's been really darn good for the last couple of years, that's a problem. That puts Jordan Love in danger. If Tucker Kraft is not ready for the opener, that's a problem. He's a guy that they're really excited about what they can do with him and Musgrave as a 2 tight end set, like Keith Jackson and Mike Bartram. So this is something that really is important. And I don't know, your point, I think, is a really interesting one, because the first thing Brian pointed out when we informed him yesterday was, well, we got rid of the last strength and conditioning staff because there were too many hamstring injuries. Now you got a new strength and conditioning staff, and your head coach, one of your starting tight ends, and your starting right tackle have all popped their pecs. Doing the bench press, by the way, that is disconcerting to say the least.
Jason, we got to run. We got Adam Schefter coming up next, but we appreciate you joining us this morning to talk all things green and gold.
Okay, happy to do it. Bye.
All right. He's Jason Wilde. You can hear him on Wilde and Tausch right after Jen, Gabe, and Chewy each and every morning here on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. We will take a break. We will come back with Adam Schefter. Chewy has a question for Schefter regarding Jordan Love's contract extension. You'll hear that next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, we got some delays out there on northbound 43 coming up from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up past Keefe. Southbound starting to get a little bit heavy right through Capitol Drive. Westbound 94 slowing from 25th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard, with the eastbound side slowing down now
you got me.
in pockets from about 84th Street through the Stadium Interchange.
Thank you very much.
Traffic is brought to you by Johnson & Sons Paving. Potholes are a pain when they pop up in your asphalt. Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole lot. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, mostly sunny skies, warm with a high of 77. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 56. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga, 94.5 ESPN.
Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in even more fish this summer. Rod and reel combos? We've got them. Exclusive lures you won't find anywhere else. You betcha. And this week, Berkeley Gulp Plastics and Scents are on sale for 20% off. Plus, keep your drinks cold and food fresh on those marathon fishing days with our huge selection of Yeti coolers and drinkware, featuring new seasonal colors like Big Wave Blue. Angle in to get everything you need for your everyday life at Fleet Farm.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Nagging pain lasting for months, difficulty performing everyday tasks, not moving like you'd like? It's time to see the doctor. And I recommend Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Anytime I've needed care, the appointments are timely, no waiting weeks to be seen, and no pressure to have surgery. It's about getting the right diagnosis and choosing a treatment plan that fits your life. No question where I turn if I'm injured again. The experts in care at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. It's orthowisconsin.com.
A season of award-winning golf at Sweetgrass and Sage Run is on the horizon. The Island Resort and Casino stay-and-play golf packages are booking fast, with choice dates available early in the week. After your rounds, visit the Drift Spa for a relaxing or targeted massage session. And enjoy dinner at Horizon's scenic top-floor steakhouse. So many reasons to take a drive. Book your stay-and-play golf package today. Visit islandresortgolf.com.
Everyone's go-to source for all NFL news.
Adam Schefter teased some big breaking news. Adam, you've told us about it. What do we got?
Adam's on the phone.
Adam, some more,
Adam, you got more news? What do you got?
They're going with another move.
And he was the man who knows all, Adam Schefter.
And we're going to get right to some breaking news here that just came down. This tweet from Adam Schefter.
It's ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter.
The Bears look dead. The Vikings look dead. And so the division comes down to Detroit and Green Bay.
Adam Schefter on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Also sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
Adam Schefter on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. If you're looking for top-notch orthopedic care, OAW's team of doctors has been nominated for Milwaukee Magazine's Top Doctors. From sports injuries to joint replacements, their doctors are dedicated to providing personalized, compassionate care. You can experience the OAW difference at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Their website is orthowisconsin.com. They do, in fact, bring us Adam Schefter each and every week. We're taking him on Thursday since yesterday it was the Homer and Chewy hour. How are you doing today, Adam?
Well, Jen, how was your trip to New York?
It was wonderful. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, did you win an Emmy or not win an Emmy?
I did. We did win an Emmy. Yes, we won for College Game Day, best studio show. You know the answer to that, Adam. Or you're just setting me up here, huh?
Congratulate. You know what? It must be nice to win an Emmy. I wonder what it would be like to be nominated for an Emmy.
So here's the thing. I was talking about this with my good girlfriend, a friend of yours as well, Diana Rossini. There's not a category for what you do. There's not a category of like insider, NFL insider, or best insider, where you and Woj and Shams and Diana would all be kind of in that mix. Similarly,
how about just reporter? Just reporter.
Yes.
Reporter.
Yes. And I think that the only category for reporter is sideline reporter. So that is what Holly Rowe was in, Tracy Wolfson was in, Tom Rinaldi was in. And Tracy Wolfson ended up winning that one. Aaron Andrews was nominated in that category, but it is very specific sideline reporter. We were having a conversation saying they need to expand the categories. As media continues to evolve, there's a whole bunch of people who are kind of being left in the lurch.
Well, you're not going to get an argument there for me. And I've never been nominated for an Emmy. So again, the fact that you won one, congratulations. It's outstanding. I'd love to be nominated one day. In fact, the ironic part is that I was notified that my daughter, Dylan, who did some work for Nickelodeon the last 3 years, she was nominated, or submitted to be nominated, to be more accurate, submitted to be nominated into the Young Emerging Talent category, an award that Noah Eagle fittingly and deservingly won the other night. And I was really rooting for Dylan, my daughter, to be nominated, to get the nomination, be one of the 5 nominees. Not that I ever expected her to win it. I didn't. But I would have loved for her to be the first person from our family to be nominated for an Emmy after I've spent 35 years in this business.
That really would be incredible if Dylan won an Emmy before you did.
nominated.
That would
well,
really
maybe
be
win.
Something.
Maybe win.
I mean, in order to win, you got to get nominated, Schefter.
Yeah, we just want someone from our family nominated. Hopefully her before me, but we'll see. Maybe one day. We can.
Well, you have our vote, Adam. You got our vote.
Well, I don't even need your vote, Chewy. I just want your nomination. That's all I want.
Adam, in all your years of infinite wisdom dealing with the NFL, how far apart do you think the Packers and Jordan Love are?
Well, here's the thing on those things. I think they come together quickly, usually. And so I think both sides are working to get it done. And my guess, again, will be that at some point before the regular season kicks off in Brazil, that they'll figure out a way to get a deal and an agreement done long term. That would be my guess. Now, that's not assured, and there's work to be done. I don't know that the two sides are overly close right now, but the deal could come together very quickly. It's not a difficult deal to do. It's just how you value him. But I do think that deal, they'll figure out both sides a way to get this done at some point in time here.
Adam, also with the NFL, they're testing out this preseason, according to a report yesterday, an optical tracking system for the line to gain rulings. What do you know about that? Because also in that report, I had no idea that they had this high-tech implemented, and they had it at MetLife and Hard Rock Stadium. Obviously, they weren't using it in games. I'm assuming they were just using it to test out. But what do you know about the high-tech and technology that they're going to try to help rule first downs this upcoming preseason?
Well, I got to be honest with you, Gabe. It's not what I do know about the technology that they're considering using. It's what I do know about the chain gang stuff that they have been using. We are in 2024. This is the National Football League, and there are games that are decided by where the referees are placing the ball and this chain gang that's marching onto the field to bring out this chain that they probably used in the 1950s to measure whether or not there's a first down. The sport has evolved an incredible amount. Our world has evolved an incredible amount, and we're still using chains to measure whether it's a first down or not. Are you kidding me? Like, really? That's where this is at? You can't figure out a digital way that is infinitely more accurate when some of these decisions help decide games, which help decide jobs, which help decide fortunes and legacies? Like, let's figure it out. Get it done.
Not to mention the gambling, Adam. Not to mention the gambling.
Yeah, not to mention the gambling. Right, exactly. Like, there's so many elements to this that are so significant. Look, we're talking about how many billions of dollars a year does the NFL do? Does the gaming industry do? How much money is involved? And we're relying on a chain gang to see whether or not there's a first down. Like, especially when the technology exists. Like, they have it, obviously. So it should be easy. This should have been done 10 years ago.
So this brings us to the next inevitability, in my opinion. So I think it's inevitable that this will happen in this upcoming season.
I want to cut you off and just say, we're going to see highlights and clips of games in about a decade. And you're going to see, like, somebody running onto the field to measure for a first, and you're like, what is that?
I mean, the note card highlight, Adam, the note card highlight, when they're bringing out to see if the note card is fitting between the ball and the end of the chain, that is going to live forever.
Exactly. Anyway, sorry to interrupt you, Jen. Continue on with your thoughts.
So I think this will be an inevitability. I find it highly unlikely that they will find something wrong with the technology or that people will be because it happens so infrequently, first of all. Like most of the first downs, it's very rare that you have the note card situation or, it's a matter of the game continuing or a team keeping the ball. But I digress. My point was going to be how soon before you think that microchip that has been in the football for years that they have not been able to implement to telling us where the ball is, right? They haven't been able to use it yet. How soon before you think that is a reality in the National Football League?
Well, again, I guess I come back to I'm of the mind, and forgive me for giving the league too much of the benefit of the doubt, but that's just what I believe. I always believe that the league can do whatever it wants. So I always feel like if the league wants this technology figured out by the time this season rolls around, then the technology will be figured out by the time the season rolls around. Like that's how I view the league. If they want something badly enough, they usually find a way to get it done. So maybe it's not this year because it's just got to be finalized and perfected. But if they want it and they've been working on it and it exists, what's holding it back?
Adam, we see it every year that a team is predicted to win 5 games. I mean, you could say that for the Packers last year. I think a lot of people had them at 5 or 6 games, and they wound up doing...
Not us. I can tell you, right?
You guys nailed it. I'll give you credit. That's why you should be nominated. Just for
exactly.
that alone.
Don't want to win, just nominated. That's it. Yeah.
And we saw it with Houston, too. No one thought Houston was going to have the year they had.
Right.
The reason I say that, could the Bears be that team this year? Could they be a threat to Green Bay this year in the division?
I think they could be, yeah. By the way, I mean, I know it was very rare what C.J. Stroud did last year. We don't ordinarily see rookie quarterbacks come on and play like that. But I think if you spoke to most front offices, most personnel people, they would tell you that Caleb Williams is more talented than C.J. Stroud. So if that is indeed the case, the potential would be there for Caleb Williams to have a great rookie year. And if he has a great rookie year, the way that some people think he's capable of, then the Bears would figure to also have a great year and therefore be a threat. And if Caleb Williams is what the Bears hope and what many people think, then yes, the Bears want to be great this year, and we want to see if the Bears can turn it around. But the fact of the matter is, for the next 12 to 15 years, they're going to be a threat in that division, formidable challenger to the Green Bay Packers. And it looks like, obviously, the Packers have found their guy in Jordan Love, the continuation of the Hall of Fame legacy of Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. But they're going to have somebody that can be in any sort of gunslinging showdown with him if Caleb Williams is that. And, if you've got the quarterback, and it looks like the Packers do, and the Bears have the chance to do, then you're set for a while. You are. And the Bears had the potential to be, and they had that number 1 pick. They used it on this guy. Like, the reports on this guy, as you know, I'm not telling you anything you don't know. There are a lot of people who felt like this is the best quarterback prospect that we've seen, since Andrew Luck. Now we'll find out whether or not that's right. Doesn't mean he turns out to be that, but if he is, then Chicago's going to be heard from till the year roughly 2039.
No, let's not even put that thought out into the universe, Adam. I'll pretend you didn't even say that. I got to know, Adam, was Scotty Scheffler on your fantasy team last week?
No, but that was unbelievable. I rarely have seen a situation like that. If he were on my team, I would have been sick. Like I would have been, wow.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. If he was on your team, I can't imagine how locked in you would have been to Jeff Darlington's reporting on Friday.
Oh, I still was. It was one of the crazier stories. And Jeff is my friend, and he's our NFL colleague. And I got to talk to him. I got to give him a call here. like, I'm going to guess that he was with Scotty because he was just tracking him for a story that he was working on, and it just happened to happen.
No,
And,
no. He was literally just entering the facility, the Valhalla, at the same time.
Yeah, they were stuck in traffic.
Oh, is that what it was?
It was totally coincidental.
Oh, how'd you know that, Jen?
She's got people.
People.
He said he was the second car. The second car in line as it happened.
Adam, I respect you asking me that because people ask you that same question all the time. How do you know that? I mean, you're like, I just do.
Yeah, you just do. Well, I would just say that, Jeff was in that spot, and I could tell you he's in our text chain of friends. We have this text chain going that we call Mort Forever, and that morning it was going off at like 6:15, like, holy cow, this is unreal. I woke up, I'm like, what's going on? And the video of Jeff Darlington say, I'm back, I'm back. We're gonna have we want him to rename his fancy team name, to I'm back. So
or we'll guys, that'd be another good one from
guys, yeah,
guys.
Whatever was on that video. Yeah, exactly. It'd be one of those two, but he's gonna have to rename his fancy team name for this upcoming season, I believe.
Is there any story that you ever reported on that first comes to mind of, I can't believe I'm reporting on this. This is so crazy that this is happening?
Well, I mean, that's a look back, over 35 years, and you're just thinking of the stories that stand out. I remember being in the Broncos media workroom when, the announcement came that Magic Johnson had AIDS, which at that point in time was unbelievable. That was like mind-blowing at the time. You couldn't believe that it was true. Kobe Bryant dying in the helicopter plane, whatever, the helicopter crash. We were on set at the Pro Bowl, something that I'll never forget. Those are tragic stories. Kobe especially. Magic was surreal. This was just bizarre, like just surreal in a different kind of way. Trying to think of other ones that would be, I always tell these stories that are around this one guy, Chewy. Remember Clarence K, the Denver Broncos tight end?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Number 88. He was a great blocker.
Mm-hmm.
And he had been arrested multiple times, like all kinds of incidents. In today's day and age, he would have been suspended so many times, he possibly would have been thrown out of the league. But it was always something. And we were at training camp one time. It was like the last day of training camp. And literally we're outside the cafeteria. And we shake hands with Clarence. Hey, thanks for everything at camp. And he was arrested in Denver 45 minutes later when it was like 70. Like, how could he have possibly gotten down to Denver in record time and got arrested for whatever it was at that point? Like, it was unbelievable. And the story that I always tell, I told the other night, people loved it. It's probably a little profane, and hopefully everybody appreciates it. But they were playing the Raiders one time, and big game, and players getting to the game 3 hours before the game, warming up. So it's 3 hours before the game. Most guys are there. 2 hours before the game, everyone's on the field. No sign of Clarence K. An hour before the game, no sign of Clarence K. 15 minutes before the game, everyone's gathered in the locker room. It's all quiet and solemn. Broncos head coach Dan Reeves looks very concerned. Clarence K's not there. And all of a sudden, in the corner of the locker room, the door opens, and very quietly, Clarence K walks into the room. And he just saunters over to his locker, nice and casual, rolls up his sleeves, takes off his watch, puts down his watch. And Dan Reeves walks over to Clarence and says, Clarence, everything okay? And Clarence says, Dan, sometimes it's so good you just can't get up from it.
Adam, were you there? Adam, were you there? Super Bowl 33. Adam?
Oh yeah. Oh! You want a funny story about that? You want a story about that? Oh my God! Mike Shanahan, the Broncos head coach. My phone rings 6:30 Sunday morning. I pick up. What's going on, Mike? Is it true? Is what true? Eugene Robinson? Yeah, it's true, Mike. He's not playing today? No, I think he's playing, but he's not in jail or anything, but he's playing. He's like, oh my God, okay. And sure enough, right away they throw the pass to Rod Smith, beats Eugene Robinson. Touchdown. Yeah, like, that day and age, that's pre-social media, right?
Oh, yeah.
So even though it happened Saturday night, it doesn't get publicized till the morning paper arrives in the morning, or you're putting on ESPN. Like, it's a different time. So literally, the head coach of the Broncos is calling me on 6:30 Super Bowl morning to see if this is true about Eugene Robinson. I'm like, yes, it is, Mike. He's like, thank you very much. Have a good day. See you after the game.
Adam, we love it when you come on and tell stories, and this was a great morning with you. Have a good one, sir. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Hey, happy Memorial Day weekend, everybody. We'll talk next Wednesday.
Happy Memorial Day weekend to you and yours as well.
Your total experience at the Island Resort and Casino includes two championship golf courses. Stay and play packages are available. Love the championship golf courses they have up there at the Island Resort and Casino. So book early to guarantee your choice dates. For complete information, all you need to do is visit islandresortgolf.com today.
Never miss out on a second of the show. Find Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand. Sponsored by Celsius Essential Energy Drink.
Derek Jeter for American Family Insurance.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they'll help protect your family's dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, a future rocket scientist, we have liftoff, or a budding prima ballerina, you can count on an American Family Insurance agent to help you dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. The hotel is ideally located in the heart of the theater district in downtown Milwaukee. With deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site galleries, and nightly live music, you'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Book special hotel packages with room rates starting as low as $129 a night. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and as a community bank, we sincerely appreciate our customer loyalty. Over nearly 90 years, we've done all we can to return the favor. Great Midwest Bank offers flexible solutions that bigger banks and credit unions simply can't, because our entire team is right here in the community. We love helping our neighbors when we're at work and then catching up over the weekend. Visit us at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sporked called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian, taste what all the screamin' is about.
Robert Half research indicates 9 out of 10 hiring managers are having difficulty hiring. If you have open roles, chances are you're feeling this too. That's why you need Robert Half. Our specialized recruiting professionals engage with our proprietary AI to connect businesses of all sizes with highly skilled talent in finance and accounting, technology, marketing and creative, legal, and administrative and customer support. At Robert Half, we know talent. Visit roberthalf.com today.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Guides in the know and prices so low. It just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. Be 21.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live, which is an active one.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside.
For the first time, our whole house actually feels like the same climate.
And no drafts. It's a game changer.
Hi, I'm Gina Della from Pella. And if you order today, you get 0% interest for up to 48 months. When it comes to replacing or upgrading your windows and doors, you want to be confident about your decisions. With Pella Design Works, you can see what your home could look like before you buy. Black frame windows or white, vinyl, wood, or fiberglass. Bring your vision to life and rest assured it's the perfect style for your home. Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PalaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. That's 5/31/2024.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I don't know which is which, but here's what I do.
Yes, all right.
I take the plus and I put it to the plus. I take the minus and I put it to the minus.
Yeah, but the jacker things don't have the.
Yeah, they do.
Where?
Sure do. On the handles.
What's a jacker thing? Is it something that your wife keeps in the drawer?
He meant jumper cables.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Watching life in a weightless world.
Just arguing during the breaks, no big deal. Welcome to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I want to get to what you just said. I don't want to shortchange it by getting to it now. But Cliff's Notes, Joshy, you were invited to an event, and on the invitation, it often dictates the wardrobe that the host would prefer its guests or their guests subscribe to. And we have had conversations like this before on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I didn't know what elevated cocktail was. I didn't know you could just take a category and throw the word elevated in front of it and make it a thing. So what arbitrary category are you expected to adhere to for the upcoming event?
Well, for months, it was listed as formal/black tie appropriate.
Okay, that seems high on the list of wardrobe ranks.
I mean, black tie is as high as it gets.
Yeah. But when you add the word appropriate, what does that mean?
The appropriate thing is where the curveball is, right?
So they're saying you can wear a tux if you want, if not, wear a suit. I ain't going anything over business casual. I'm sorry, I ain't going. I ain't going.
See, you showed up at my wedding. You were higher than business casual.
But that was how many years ago?
2?
Yeah, I've changed.
The last 2 years you've given up on
Since
coats?
yesterday with Homer, I've changed. I've dialed it down a notch. Okay?
Oh, that's interesting.
Life-changing experience. We can never leave the show again, Jen.
Him doing the show with Homer, making you rethink everything.
I haven't bought those kind of clothes the last time I bought a suit 8 years ago.
Would you wear a suit to a funeral?
Or would you just wear black shorts and a black
Without a
zip-up?
tie? I'm anti-tie. When's the last time you bought a suit for your wedding?
2 years ago.
Suits got evolved, although I'm kind of into Canadian tuxedo.
Dear Lord.
I mean, what would that fall under?
Casual.
That's not.
It's its own thing. And it's a step
I think
below
it's
casual.
formal. I really think it's formal.
It depends on what kind. Are we wearing a jean jacket or wearing a jean shirt, denim
A
shirt,
jean jacket.
collar?
A jean jacket with jeans.
Yeah, Canadian
Maybe a
tuxedo
jean
is
shirt.
very specific.
No, it's not. It's denim on denim.
Yeah.
So that could be a denim shirt, denim shorts. So like there's variety here.
Yeah,
No,
but you
I got options. I could wear a denim skirt with a denim shirt. That's a Canadian tuxedo.
The core of it is you can't gussy it up that high.
No. Well, you wear the turquoise. You got to put
You can put
lots
some
of
bling
turquoise
on it, right?
Bedazzle it.
Bolo
Yeah,
tie,
you need
exactly.
a bolo tie.
This
You cannot wear.
This is reminiscent of Aaron Rodgers at that event at Lambeau. What was that all those years ago?
They all dressed up like cowboys.
So these tags, this is just for men, right?
No.
Well, how do women dress up? You wear a dress, you wear a dress. That's
Cocktail
it.
dress, gown. I mean, I wore a skirt to the Emmys the other night, and a lot of the women there were wearing gowns.
What's a gown?
What do you think a gown is?
Like the prom.
Yeah, that's a gown. It goes to the floor. Maybe off the shoulders, maybe a little swooping up here, maybe a halter. I don't know. Could get crazy.
Okay.
I can't believe I just had to tell you what a gown was.
What's a dress? Isn't that another way of saying a dress?
But a dress could be short. There's all sorts of length. There's mini, there's midi, there's calf, there's floor length. Then you got all sorts of cuts. You got A-line, you got mermaid, you got...
Slutty.
Can't say that.
bozo.
I kind of knew that, but I just wanted to. We haven't done it in so long. Test the parameters.
It's been like a week.
That's long.
We definitely need a days since incident board in this room, and it would be at 0.
Well, does that include the garbage that the afternoon show leaves in here?
That's not an incident. It has to be an on-air incident. I mean, it's
they
rude.
left it on my computer.
What are those, Lunchables?
These are adult Lunchables,
on
yes.
my computer.
But
So-
just empty adult Lunchables that have the cheese and crackers in them.
Is that Ben?
Yep.
You said
I don't know if it's
you
Ben.
said adult, so now I'm not sure.
Well, correct. It might have been Kyle.
Ben
I
put it
don't want to
on my
blame my
computer.
guy.
Kyle would never put it on my
That's
computer.
what I'm saying. I want to trust Kyle.
It was Ben.
Because Kyle's my guy, but it was on Chewy's computer over on that workstation.
We need to get him back. You need to eat that apple, and I need to stick it somewhere.
Okay.
Where the sun don't shine?
No.
You just hit the dump button, man. Like,
We need
I
that to
didn't
come
say
back for a
there.
while.
I was just going to place it somewhere where it rot and get a nice smell
Yeah,
to
but
it
you
for the
have to
afternoon.
We sit in this studio also.
doing the rotten egg thing doesn't work when we're also sharing a
He was
space.
going to jam it up into the ceiling tiles.
Ceiling.
Damn it.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on after this.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, we got some delays for sure and an accident. Northbound on the Rock Freeway, just about on the ramp from Highway 100 into the Hale. We've got the right shoulder blocked with a crash there, so watch out for the backups heading back towards the county line. We've also got westbound 894 slow out of the Mitchell interchange to 68th Street. Northbound 4394 coming around the Plainfield curve up to Oklahoma Avenue. Going to be a heavy spot there. And then delays out of the Marquette interchange all the way through to about Hawley Road on westbound 94, back on the brakes from the zoo into Waukesha County. Traffic is brought to you by Dave & Buster's Power Lunch. From 11 to 2, get an entree and 30 minutes of unlimited gameplay for only $14.99. Dave & Buster's, get a full plate of fun. And check in TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, mostly sunny skies, warm with a high of 77. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 56. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-532-4724. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-532-4724. That's 800-532-4724. Again, 800-532-4724.
In Wisconsin, bicycles are legal and intended users of the road. We remind drivers to share the road and make sure to slow down and give at least 3 feet when passing a person biking. Let's make sure everyone, no matter their mode of travel, gets home safely. Learn more at wisconsinbikefed.org.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
And these people that toot their horn, and I'm not saying you, but people that toot their horn and, I gave away, $500,000. Let me pat myself on the back here. Like,
you never call me who hate people.
What?
You just love finding people to not like.
I hate people individually, but I love mankind.
Oh, you do.
Okay, so yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, all these people.
Yeah, sounds about right.
But we just said before the segment that you don't like hanging out with people either.
Well, that doesn't mean I think they're bad.
We don't know each other that well. You've said 30 insane things to me in the last few minutes.
I'm not an everyman.
No, you're not an everyman.
I'm not an everyman.
You are a singular man.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamorro. Here's Jen Latta.
Running her mouth, she wants to ride it, she's trying to hide it. I'm cool as ever, she's too excited. Her man look like he wanna fight.
We touched upon this with Adam Schefter a little bit ago, if you missed any of his appearance on the show where he told some really funny stories. but his time covering the league. You can find it on Wisconsin On Demand or wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple, et cetera, et cetera.
I'm stealing that line.
Go ahead, give it to me.
Sometimes it's so good, you can't get up.
Clarence K. Sounds like Bruce Springsteen's saxophone guy, right? Isn't that Clarence K?
Ooh, I don't know. E Street Band? I don't know. I'd have to
It is
Google
Clarence. I don't know his name. I
don't know his last name, and R.I.P., by the way.
Oh, sorry.
The only Clarence I know is the guardian angel from It's a Wonderful Life.
Clarence!
Clarence
I want to live
Clemens.
again.
Clarence Clemens. I was close.
We talked about this with Adam Schefter, the NFL to test optical tracking for first down. So apparently they have had the technology. They have used the technology. We didn't know they were using the technology, but that's fine. And they're going to test it out during the preseason. And if it all goes well, we will essentially hand the responsibilities over to this optical tracking, and the chain gang will only be there in case of emergency, in case of needing to, for this upcoming NFL season. Wow. So to me, this is an inevitability. I can't see anything going sideways enough during the preseason. First of all, it's like joke football anyway. But I can't see anything going sideways enough, Gabe, where this doesn't get implemented for the 2024 season.
No, clearly they had enough data where they felt it was accurate enough from the two stadiums that they put in last year to do the research, again, in MetLife and Hard Rock down in Miami, that, they feel comfortable about putting this everywhere. So, yeah, I'm expecting this to be the way they do it. Like you said, the chain gang's still going to be there because players...
In case of emergency.
Well, in case of emergency, and players, coaches, they like to have a reference point of, okay, this is where I need to go.
You know what would be nice is, the line they show on TV that the players can't see, to actually put that on the field so you can see how far. I mean, because you have the two side markers that are orange.
Sure.
But you don't have it in the middle of the field. That would be very helpful to have that so you know where the first down is.
Let's entertain this for a minute, guys. He's the robot guy here. So, I feel like technology, as far as technology goes, I feel like Chewy is leaps and bounds further than the rest of us. How would that work?
Lasers. Lasers.
Sure.
No, I'm serious. I mean, I played in a day where the little teaching things.
Yeah, the little laser pointers.
So they used to shoot those all over our uniforms. Someone would have them in the stands. Mm-hmm. And those can hurt you if you look in the eye.
Might be a good reason not to use them. I'm just going to throw that out there. Might be a good reason not to use them.
They have technology, or they had it in the day where they could tell where the laser beam is being shot from, and they go get the guy and throw him out.
I produced this show for 3 years. That's the single dumbest thing you've ever shut up.
Am I going? Do I have to go to your wedding?
Hey, welcome, Ashley. Good to see you.
Ashton?
No.
Ashton decided to come down from the C-suite.
What's
just
wrong?
To tell you how much of an
Why
idiot
isn't
you
that
are.
a great idea?
I'm just asking for you to implement it for me. What are we using to make the line? On television, they have the capability of now I'm getting all out over my skis, but they're basically shooting it onto the screen.
Correct.
How would they do that in real life?
The yard markers would have a laser beam about 3 inches above the playing surface and 3 inches on the other one, and they just connect to one another.
What would happen if, say,
you cross the laser beam?
What if short and the defensive line was in the way?
Or the corner
I don't
decides,
really care,
hey, I'm going to step right here, and now you can't see it because the laser's getting
blocking it,
blocked by my calf.
Like your garage door, right? It's got the one on the left and the one on the right, and they talk to each other.
And if you're in the middle,
but if you have a bike sitting in front of the thing,
it's not
close. From the roof or the ceiling, you just project it down, and it moves
what if it's
just
open
like a
air
crane.
like Lambo?
Will you get off my ass for crying out loud? I had a good thing going here, and you just wrecked it. I'm done with ideas.
The reality is, it was never a good thing. We just needed you to realize it instead of us force-feeding it to you.
And we took advantage of you there, going to be honest. We strung you along.
You put microchips in the entire turf that light up, okay? And they just totally light up, and it goes all the way to the sky.
Why don't they just turn the turf into light up? It'd be great.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when you go to a concert and they shoot those beams of light just across the thing, just shoot a beam of light from
Football
one
in the
side.
Tron universe.
From one side.
What are we doing?
Isn't that called an EDM?
Yeah.
party?
How far away are we away from algorithms taking care of this?
We're getting closer.
Good grief. Again, the question I asked Adam Schefter, just trying to get back on track here, was how soon before they're actually using that technology, the chip in the ball, which again, we know that there is a chip in the ball. That was revealed to us, last year? It was like, oh, they've had a chip in the ball forever. My guess is, and I don't think this is too far of a leap, but if they have been using the technology for the tracking, the optical tracking for a couple of years now, and now they're introducing it, my guess is they've been also doing similar technology with the chip in the ball, and they're just getting enough data to see if it can be reliable, if the data is reliable, if the output is reliable, before they institute that in the NFL. Is that fair to say?
I don't know about that, because the chip in the ball, fine, but there's a second data point of where you're spotting it. Because it's not just where is the football.
It's where the player goes down.
Where does the elbow touch? Where does the knee touch? Oh, where did he step out of bounds?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so there are so many different data points that you also need in terms, of where the ball specifically needs to be
I guess I don't think
spotted.
we're that far from being able to triangulate that information. What do you think, Joshy?
No, I don't think we're far at all, because you are able to match up game clocks with the clock going at the same time, where it is challenging. I don't want to say it's easy by any means, but if you can stop a video exactly where somebody's knee was down and match that up with the game clock, then you would be able to figure it out from there. What I'm curious about is, this kind of feels like the thing Gabe's talked about a lot, where like they just challenge and reverse plays like out of nowhere. Like we had the owners meeting and they talked about all these rule changes and stuff. Like, did this come up at all?
No.
It just kind of feels like poof. I'm sure it's been tested, and I'm sure it's probably worked great. That's why they feel good going with it in preseason. But like, why aren't they just showing us this and then saying like, here's what we have? How do you guys feel about it? It doesn't make sense.
Well,
because they've been doing it for years. Because I've noticed like the referee moving the ball when the play clock's at 20 seconds, and then all of a sudden they move it back. Someone's got to be in the ear going, "Hey, that's the wrong spot. Move it back to the 37-yard line."
Oh, 100%.
And they're doing it, which they should, because they're definitely trying to speed the game up.
Well, if you've noticed, the last couple of seasons, anytime after further discussion, wait, who were you just talking to?
But that's better, though.
I just saw you. I saw the other officials all over the field. So who were you discussing this with? So typically that was the code for, the sky judge just told me that we messed this up. So we got it. But I don't know when they use it, when they don't use it, when teams have to make a challenge because they didn't use the sky judge. I think Josh's point is there is a lack of transparency that is a little disturbing right now.
I'm actually okay with that, though, because to me it goes back to every single episode of Suits or every episode of like Law and Order or whatever, and somebody goes into their boss's office and says they have this harebrained idea or this loophole that's going to win them the case, and the boss says something like, "That's absurd, that will never work," and then somebody takes the file and plops it on the desk and goes, "Well, it has. We've been testing it for the last week, or we've been testing it, and here's the data." I think to have the data to show that it has worked. Where were the two stadiums you mentioned? MetLife and Hard Rock. The fact that they can show that, I think it's more palatable for the public. People care immensely about the NFL. They care about it a whole hell of a lot. They care about it more than any other sport here in the United States.
But I also feel like we've been going, hey, why do we need chains? Like, I feel the public, and even the idea with the chip in the ball, Jen, I think everybody in the public would be open to having these things be more accurate in using the technology available.
But I think there is some value in being able to say, we've been doing it, it's been working, now we're going to let y'all know about it, than saying, we don't know if it's going to work. It might work, but we're going to try it, and we're going to let you in on it for #transparency's sake.
The other thing they should do is, why don't they take the review responsibilities out of the lead officials' hands and do like they do in baseball? We're going to New York, and they're going to make a decision. It seems like it works so much faster because they'd already be on top of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's another thing that they should get rid
it's
of.
what college football does too.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not all that different than what the broadcasts do, right? When you go to Gene's territory, he's college, right?
No, Gene does both.
And then whoever the guy is for Fox that I can picture, but I can't think of his name. No,
he was.
Dean Blandino.
Dean Blandino.
Speaking about
Dancing.
Dean, I was watching the UFL, and granted, it was a little bit.
You were what?
It was on TV. Let's put it that way. People were over.
Josh lives in 1980. He's got 3 options. He's got 3 channels.
Yeah, it was on TV. It sounds like the UFL even is doing where they're bringing in Dean Blandino, who is their replay official, and he's like talking you through it as it happens and dictating it too. So like it's part of the broadcast.
So that's what I'm saying. If they can go to one of those guys, they're rules officials, very quickly while the officials are talking about it amongst themselves, it feels like they could also in that time go to a booth in New York and have them make a ruling and then hand it down.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting for us to see that play out, like why they're making the decisions instead of the people and the broadcast trying to dictate it to us, like what they think might be going on with an expert. Like, just show us the guy in the room making the decision.
There's a lot of reaction rolling in on this topic specifically. Alan on the YouTube page saying, I really don't need technology to spot the football. I can deal with a little bit of inaccuracy in my football.
Not a gambler.
Until your team loses. Yeah.
Yes. And Alan, I would wonder, and if you can go ahead and put this in the YouTube stream, do you gamble on football? Because the people who gamble on football and the people who gamble big bucks on football don't want any inaccuracy in their football.
Wasn't there a 4th down in the 49ers game where it felt like the spot was bad for the Packers?
Oh, why do I feel like there were several of them? Like Aaron Jones. Didn't we make a joke about it where Aaron Jones went down and he wouldn't let go of the ball until the chain gang came out or until they spotted it because they had gotten such a crappy spot on a previous play? Like shortly before that, we were like, what? That's horrible. And then we were like, oh, Aaron Jones knows it was bad too because look, he won't let go of the ball.
Because, I mean, look, I don't think they're going to be necessarily using the thing that they've talked about to spot the football, obviously. Like, the refs are still going to spot it. It's just going to save you the time of, in the charade of everybody running out there with the sticks, and then they've got the little keychain that's on the nearest 5-yard line, and that's the one they hold as they pull out the chain. It's just going to save you that time. It's just, yep, that's first down, move on. Yep, that's first down, move on. Yep, that's first down, move on.
800-990-3776. Philip weighing in saying, I can't wait for the day that tech overwhelms humans. Sorry, but I'm so sick of lazy humans with wealth trying to out common folks out of their jobs. Those people doing the chain gang rely on that money, however big or small. We've said, Philip, it's not going away. They're keeping the chain gang as a backup system, in case of emergency, break glass. So at least in the short term, those people will still be employed making the money that they are making.
You know what's real embarrassing?
Oh, boy.
Is it suggesting laser beams on an NFL field? No, that we can overcome.
Tripping over the chains. I've done it.
Yeah, I was going to say, this doesn't sound hypothetical.
I've done it.
Care to share the story with the
You
class?
get a big laugh. No, it's very simple. You just run out and it was a change of possession very quick. I came off the bench. They were moving the chains, grabbed my helmet like a torpedo hitting a ship and right on my face. And then you get up as quick as you can, which doesn't always work, makes it look worse.
Yeah.
Which it did. A lot of laughing in the huddle when I got out there. Way to be an athlete.
I can't get over the idea that Alan thinks the chain gang guy is making a living off of that job. As if it's not something they do
8 games a year.
Something that is just like a guy in the local community doing.
John weighing in saying, I want replay and accuracy in spotting the ball. The game is 60 minutes of entertainment either way. Do we really need it to be faster and more accurate? I think yes. I always have said, I think it's about getting it right. I think that the job of the official is to get it right. I think you understand as a sports fan, there's always going to be a small amount of human element, which can be human error that affects the outcome of your games, but you want that to be a very, very minute amount.
Get it right to an extent. Like if the replay's taking 5 minutes, just make a damn decision. Okay, I got to slow this down. Okay, where is it? Can I see exactly? No, if you can't tell.
Are you telling me you're not locked in? I'm locked in. If it's taking longer, now I'm like, oh, it must really be close. Now it's ramping up the suspense. It's ramping up the whole process. Like now I'm on pins and needles waiting for a decision.
No, make a damn decision. Make up your bleeping mind. You're the same person that gets up to the coffee place and doesn't make your order. No. We're making decisions here. Come on.
Again, millions of dollars occasionally on each of these decisions. I feel like they feel a little pressure to get it right, Gabe. Lots of folks weighing in saying Chewie is basically Dr. Evil. He just wants freaking laser beams.
I want EDM, man. Boom, boom, boom. I went to one on the cruise ship.
No, you
First
didn't.
one.
I don't believe you.
No, I did.
You don't
like a rave? You went to a rave?
Well, the laser beams.
You
and
don't
the
like
bumping
people,
music.
noise, or
I just
really
kinda,
things in
no,
general.
this is all I did. I stood back and just watched and realized how dumb people are.
Yeah,
Jumping up and down is not dancing.
Sure, but it's fun. It can be fun.
But it's not dancing.
Right, but who
When
made
my
the
wife
rules?
says, "Hey, I was out there dancing," having fun. I'm like, "No, you were jumping up and down." That's not dancing.
I didn't realize it was specific to the wife. I should have. That's on me.
Yeah.
I should have known.
You think you're going to regret that one later?
No, no, probably. It is date night, so.
Wait, you're doubling up Blammer Thursday, the first Blammer Thursday back with date night?
Yeah, it's like a concert, so he's got to be gone an hour before so I can set up the date night. First thing she asked when we walk in the door? Was Dumbo here? And I'm smart enough to bring the empties out into the recycle bin.
Yeah.
She goes out there and looks. She knows before she asks me.
Put them in the trunk of your car.
Who, Blammer or the...
Yeah, roll up the body. No, I was just trying to give you a workaround. The empties. Throw them in a bag, throw them in the trunk of your car, bring them to work tomorrow. Holy hell, Jesus. Yeah.
Don't you guys have cameras? Can't you see him walking in the door?
Never thought of that.
You famously told us about your Arlo when I had the raccoon problem.
I overlooked that one. So I'll just unplug the internet.
Wait, I got a story about that. I know we have to get to. What do we have next? We have top 8 at 8, but I have a story about just, what did you say? Just unplug the internet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one of those when we come back. Hey, finding a perfect new home can be tricky, but securing a home mortgage loan should not be. Great Midwest Bank makes the process easy for you. Their knowledgeable loan officers will help you get started on your home loan. Great Midwest Bank's loan officers are passionate about serving the local Wisconsin community, and they work to put their customers' minds at ease every day. If you're ready to start a state of banquility, work with a Great Midwest Bank loan officer on your home journey. Call or visit your local branch today. Go to greatmidwestbank.com to learn more.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got a couple of accidents to deal with. First of all, on the Rock Freeway northbound, right about at the ramp from Highway 100. That's going to be tying things up. We've got cars off on the right and off on the left shoulder as well. We've got westbound 894 backing up out of the Mitchell interchange towards 68th Street. An accident on 41 northbound right about at Burleigh is off on the left shoulder. That's got things backed up towards Swan Boulevard. Then we've also got southbound 43 backing up from just before Hampton Avenue down past Keefe. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, mostly sunny and warm, a high of 77. Tonight, mainly clear, a low of 56. Weather is brought to you by Johnson & Sons Paving. Potholes are a pain when they pop up in your asphalt. Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole lot. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Awarded Best of Weddings 2023 by The Knot, The Bog is much more than world-class golf. Our clubhouse ballroom offers floor-to-ceiling windows and a breathtaking full-wall fireplace. Our barn venue was inspired by the on-site barn at Hole 6, built in the 1800s. 2 outdoor ceremony sites and a variety of personalized options. Our venues are perfect for family get-togethers, weddings, showers, graduation parties, or any event you are hosting. Call The Bog at 262-292-0740 or visit thebarnatthebog.com.
Something amazing is happening. Data is powering insights and innovation. Network security has cyber attacks playing defense. Devices are improving the quality of work and the quality of life. That's what happens when you partner with CDW. Our experts help you get the most from your technology. We work with you to plan it, build it at scale, and manage it, so you can do amazing things. CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at CDW.com.
Lowe's knows every project starts with the right tools and equipment. And during Craftsman Days, you can save big on what you need from a brand you trust. Get a free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select Battery 2-pack. Plus, save $50 on a V20 string trimmer and leaf blower combo kit. Now only $99. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 5/29 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hey, are you having a hard time dealing with high-interest credit card debt? It's normal, and a SoFi personal loan could help you save thousands by consolidating your DEBT to one low fixed monthly payment. You could get $5,000 to $100,000 as soon as the same day you sign, with no fees required. It only takes 60 seconds to view your rate, and it won't affect your credit score. View your rate at SoFi.com/paid-off. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions at SoFi.com/paid-off. NMLS 696891.
Well, here we are again, and I got to tell you, Jim, this match has me really concerned.
Here we have a powerful heavyweight, a train, weighing in at 6,000 tons. And this hasty lightweight challenger, a car, at just 1.5 tons?
This does not bode well for the car, or the people in it.
It's no contest. Every day, people are injured or killed trying to beat a train at rail crossings. See tracks, think train.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh for Universal Windows Direct. Call Universal Windows Direct today at 414-410-2000, and for every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. Buy 2, get 2. Buy 4, get 4. Buy 20, get 20. There is no limit. Call 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today, and tell them I told you to call and get an additional $250 off your next project. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to UWD.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
You've got a great opportunity to combine 2 things that I love, golf and baseball. Because this year, with X Golf at American Family Field, you can book your sim time during the game and get your game tickets all in the same place. Just go to the Brewers single game ticket website and then go to X Golf at American Family Field. Enjoy the great food and beverage options that they have up there. Food is fantastic. Certainly can vouch for that. And also new this year at X Golf at American Family Field, if you're out there and you're playing a regular round of golf and you make a hole-in-one, you and somebody else get to go down Bernie's Slide. That's right. Not only do you get the excitement of making the hole-in-one on their state-of-the-art simulators, but then you get to go down Bernie's Slide as well. Check out their website, xgolfamfanfield.com.
The top 8 at 8.
Name something that follows the word pork. You pine. Huh?
One category.
Name something people take with them to the beach. Turkey.
The top 8 answers.
The first thing you buy in a supermarket. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8.
A food often stuffed. Turkey.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Name Popeye's favorite food.
Chicken. Oh my God.
Show me chicken.
The top 8 at 8 on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
All right, Gabe, what do we got?
List of 8 things in front of me. You guys guess back and forth. Once you each get one incorrect, we open it up to the fans. 800-990-3776. Whoever gets the last one on the list wins that ESPN Milwaukee prize pack. Memorial Day, famously a big grilling holiday. People like to have things off of the grill. People like to eat barbecue. So according to Google search data, I am looking for the top 8 most searched BBQ in the country. So the way this works is the first word of the search is BBQ, followed by what word? So BBQ...
Ribs.
Yeah, ribs. I had ribs for lunch.
So ribs is number 2 on the list.
Ooh.
Chicken! Numero uno. It is number 1 on the list.
Good job, Chew. Barbecue ribs, barbecue chicken, barbecue pork. Right?
I need you to be more specific.
Oh, specific pork. Pulled pork.
Pulled pork is number 6 on the list.
How about a little bit of brisket?
Brisket number 7 on the list.
Wait, so there's other porks. Is it like pork chops?
Ribs.
Okay.
Ribs is
Wait,
pork.
do you like pork ribs or beef ribs?
Pork.
Yeah,
pork ribs.
me too.
What do I like? I like baby back.
Yeah.
No, but St. Louis Bears, what do you like better?
Oh, yeah, the baby backs.
Yeah,
baby
I love
backs
baby
are
backs.
easier. Yeah.
Baby
backs are
delicious.
easier, too. Yeah.
Chili's.
Say, someone sing it, please.
Reset it.
So number 1 is barbecue chicken. Number 2 is barbecue ribs. Number 6 is barbecue pulled pork. Number 7 is barbecue brisket. So you guys are halfway through the list. According to Google search data, the top 8 most searched BBQ in the country.
There's another pork. Another pork.
Chops? Nobody does barbecue pork chops. That's not a guess. I'm talking
No.
to him over here. This is
No.
a side conversation.
Wisconsin.
Pork.
It's made from pork.
Bacon.
That is also pork.
Maybe we should pivot to something else.
Sausage.
Pork sausage?
Well, it's...
Barbecue sausage? No. Barbecue sausage is not on the list. Is it on the list?
You are all over the place. You can talk yourself into and out of something in record time.
There's a really great story. We did boys versus girls at Christmas time playing a game, right? The women, we would have the answer, and then be like, wait, could it be this? It could also be this. What about this? This? And then we'd guess something else, and my husband would be like, the first thing you said was on the list. That was the answer. You guys talked yourself out of the right answer. All that to say, I don't have a guess. I don't know. Chew?
Sausage.
No.
Thank you!
Damn it. Because I Googled the same list and sausage was on it.
You Googled the list?
Well, I was going to do
you were
it
looking for what to have
a
for
power
Mother's Day.
ranking.
Sure.
I was going to do. So I'm out.
Reset the list for me, please.
Barbecue chicken, barbecue ribs are 1 and 2. Barbecue pulled pork and barbecue brisket are 6 and 7. Based on Google search data, the top 8 most searched BBQ in the country.
Does anyone ever search barbecue beef? That's a guess.
That's a guess?
I don't have anything else.
That's incorrect.
All right.
Open it up.
800-990-3776. This is why I don't grill. Chicken.
Does Dario go?
Pork. Yeah.
Oh, love.
Jen, you told a story that is rather fitting to
Yeah.
this whole thing.
Very, very fitting.
What do you mean? About having the answer and then talking yourself out of an answer? Well, good for whoever decides to play the game then. Apparently, it's been said. 800-990-3776. Looking for people to play our top 8 at 8. Barbecue blank. The most popular barbecue searches headed into Memorial Day weekend. 800-990-3776.
Josh, you barbecue? Or are you a cheater barbecue or are you a real barbecue guy?
He's answering phones.
No. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Guess
Okay.
what? Guess what?
Does Jen know what I'm talking about?
No, she has no idea.
What did you say? Do you barbecue?
I said, do you barbecue for real or are you one of those cheaters?
Oh, I know. You don't like the eggs and the Traegers.
No, there you go.
They're all
The,
the same.
the Traeger. Traeger's a cheating barbecue.
Yeah,
mechanism.
the egg is fine because the egg is not electric. The egg
Yes.
is you actually have the charcoal.
If you're
you gotta
cooking the
monitor it.
barbecue and your phone is involved, then sorry. You're out of the competition.
People use a phone for everything. When I cook and I use my oven, it says set a timer for 7 minutes or 17 minutes. I use my phone as the timer.
Yeah, but barbecue is different.
You're a barbecue snob. Wait, barbecue arrogance.
Yeah.
Okay, there
barbecue
we go.
arrogant. That's exactly what it is.
I don't think it's arrogant, though. I think it's true.
If I gave you one for
Put it
one
on
and
the
one
poll,
from the
Joshy.
other, you
Is
could not tell
using
the difference.
A Traeger cheating
Why do I
when
feel like we
cooking
put
barbecue.
this on the poll before? Let's go out to the phone lines. Kevin in Franklin is up first on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Kevin, can you complete our top 8 at 8 list? Barbecue blank in honor of Memorial Day weekend.
I'd have to go with barbecue sauce.
Oh, that's a good.
No, barbecue sauce is not on the list.
Good guess, though.
I like the creativity, but no,
Yeah.
no sauce.
Guy
These are actual food items
That people grill. Is it grilling specific?
not grilling specific.
Okay. Barbecue blank, but they are foods, not sauces. Guy in Staten Island. Ooh, Guy. Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Yes, there it is.
What's up, guy?
That's it. Baked beans.
Oh.
Number 8 on
Nice,
the list.
guy.
Barbecue baked beans
is a good
number
one.
8 on the list. That means we just have number 3, number 4, and number 5 left on the list.
Ooh, Guy, give us a couple more.
Shrimps.
Shrimp?
Barbecue shrimp is number 5 on the list.
He nailed it. Is it
I'll
over?
give you one more, Chewy.
All right.
Come on, Chewy. Meatballs.
It's number 4 on
Meatballs
the
on
list.
the grill.
What? Barbecue meatballs, number 4 on the list.
Can we just have Guy try to run the table here?
Yeah, he's
because
got
I
one
am
left.
loving listening
He's got one
the
left.
New York accent here.
Guy, do you have it?
I got nothing for you. I got what else? What? Can you go through the list again?
All right, so number 1 is barbecue chicken. Number 2 is barbecue ribs. We're missing 3. That's the one you need. Number 4 is barbecue meatballs. Number 5, barbecue shrimp. Number 6, barbecue pulled pork. Number 7, barbecue brisket. And number 8 is barbecue baked beans. Based on Google search data, the top 10 most searched BBQ in the country.
Come on, Guy. We're all pulling for you
Forget
here.
about it, Chewy. Pork chops.
Hey, say hi to Tony.
Pork chops!
All right.
Is number 3 on the list.
God bless America.
He did it.
Guy, congratulations. You're our big
Nice
winner.
job, Guy.
I think Gabe is having a laugh at my expense since I did say pork chops earlier on the show and you tried to make me say pork sausage.
When you said pork chops, I was this close to saying that's correct. And then you jumped, that's not a guess. We're just having a conversation
you
over
stopped
here.
the proceedings.
I was going to give you the correct answer, and you decided that, no, I don't want the right answer to be given to me.
Not a fan, Chew. You told me to say pork sausage instead of pork chops. I'm blaming you for this.
Number 9, so I had a top 10 list. Number 9 was barbecue salmon. Number 10 was barbecue meatloaf.
That sounds good if you like meatloaf, which I do. Barbecue meatballs on the grill.
Well, no, it's just barbecue meatballs. But think of, a lot of times people make the meatballs with the barbecue sauce and the slow cook.
Wait, time out. Can you make meatballs on the grill?
You probably could. It'd be a
that
little
actually
risky.
sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it'd be, just with the grill, it'd be easier if you had like a flat top, just because usually the barbecue meatballs are.
But you could put them on a pan, couldn't you? Put them on
but you're not getting
aluminum foil.
You're not getting the smokiness. That
You know
you're
what
probably
sounds good?
looking
You take the barbecue meatballs on the grill and you put them in the baked beans. Oh,
Yeah.
that sounds good.
You could do that.
That sounds good.
Are you having a little get together for Memorial Day?
No, my kids aren't coming home. And I love Memorial Day.
I don't know if he's sad or sarcastic.
He went into
No,
Eeyore.
I'm sad.
That was
Okay.
Eeyore.
I'm sad because
Oh,
Memorial
bother.
Day is my favorite holiday in
Yeah,
the
it's a good
entire
one.
year.
Yeah. Better than
great.
4th of July?
Yeah.
Kicks off the fun time at the lake or what?
Yeah, it's just whole neighborhood started up, but they're all coming home for 4th of July, so that's fine. That sucks when kids grow up. It really does.
Oh, really?
You'll find out one day.
Kind of.
Do you go
sucks
through
when
a
they're little,
happy
too.
period, Jen? You'll be like, this is awesome.
I thought you were so excited that the last one finally left.
Yeah, but they can come back for Memorial Day and then leave. They don't have to stick around.
I want to get to the story that I mentioned after Chewy said he was going to shut off the internet to keep his wife from knowing that Blammer was coming over tonight because he forgot that she could see him on the camera because you guys have cameras around the house. But I will do that after this break. Gabe?
You know how much I love Palermo's Pizza. And look, if you're going to be out and about and busy this holiday weekend, it is always a good idea to keep your freezer stocked with Palermo's Pizza. Whether we're talking about Palermo's, Urban Pie, Connie's, Surfer Boy Pizza, or Screamin' Sicilian, that's right, all of those brands under the Palermo's umbrella, you are going to find a pizza that fits your appetite. Why? Well, because they've been doing this for 60 years right here in Wisconsin. They know what it takes to make premium quality frozen pizza. So find them in your grocer's frozen food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
Never miss out on a second of the show. Find Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts with Wisconsin On Demand. Sponsored by Celsius Essential Energy Drink.
We've got some delays with a couple of accidents. First of all, northbound on 41, right about at Burleigh, we've got it off on the left shoulder, slowing things down towards Watertown Plank Road. And the other accident is on northbound on the Rock Freeway, heading in towards the Hale interchange, something to keep in mind through there. Traffic is brought to you by Two Men and a Junk Truck. Have unwanted clutter or junk? Go to twomenandajuncktruck.com for a free, no-obligation estimate. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, mostly sunny and warm, a high of 77. Tonight, mainly clear with a low of 56. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and there is one thing I think everyone can agree on. Potholes stink. And this year's weather will make it one of the worst years yet. Well, Johnson & Sons Paving is ready to take on the challenge with a team that has over 2 decades of experience. When the potholes pop up in your asphalt, Johnson & Sons Paving can patch or replace the whole area. Book an appointment now at johnsonsonspaving.com. Get that appointment booked before May 31st, and you might even see Old T on the job site for a visit. Find full contest details at ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
Suit up for the $800,000 Sports Car Series at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. April through May, score free play, cash, one of 4 new Toyota GR86s or a new Toyota Supra. Play with your club card to earn entries, 5 times the entries on drawing days, and when the Milwaukee Brewers play at home. Got what it takes? Slugger, only at Potawatomi. For more details, visit paysbig.com/sportscar. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's sea to shining sea, and water damage as far as the eye can see. It's America. It's freshly mowed grass and a fence that was freshly vandalized by a pack of unruly teens. It's America. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
The Bog in Saukville is Ozaki County's best golf experience. 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer cater to golfers of all skill levels. Settled amongst over 250 acres of beautiful private land, the Bog offers a truly unforgettable golf experience. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, and after your round, have a signature cocktail while enjoying our Friday fish fry from the clubhouse overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy the Bog.
Steinhoffel's biggest Memorial Day sale ever is happening now. Your chance to save big on hundreds of closeouts and amazing bonus buys. Take an extra $100 off your furniture purchase of $19.99 or more. Spend $29.99 and get a free solo stove. Get all this and more for low monthly payments when you take advantage of Steinhoffel's 36-month 0% financing. The biggest Memorial Day sale ever, only at Steinhoffel's and steinhoffels.com.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Gabe, it'll change your life. Any barbecue you ate for the rest of your life will be measured against Buc-ee's.
On 94.5 ESPN.
You know what I say. Happy wife, happy life. And usually that means a visit to my guy, Dean, the dancing machine at the Jewelry Center. Earrings, custom jewelry, and repair services. The Jewelry Center does it all, including top-of-the-line engagement rings. And when the day comes for my 4 boys to take the next step in their lives, you can bet they will be heading to the Jewelry Center for their engagement rings. The Jewelry Center offers great deals and selections on both lab-grown and naturally mined diamonds for rings. Plus, you always hear about how Gabe went to the Jewelry Center and had a great experience with the Jewelry Center specialist to pick out the perfect ring. Stop into their locations in Brookfield, Greenfield, and Burlington today. Or check the full inventory online at shoptjc.com.
Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, you guys know I have 2 brothers. There's 4 of us, me, my sister, and then my 2 youngest brothers. And so my youngest brother, who is 11 years younger than I am, got married this past weekend. That's where we were Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And my other brother was the best man, so he got to give a speech, obviously, at the reception. And he was telling a story about how he has come to really appreciate having a brother. And he should have sooner, because when my brother, who was giving the speech, Tony, was talking about he wasn't the best student. He's like, I wasn't a great student, and the school would send notes home in the mail alerting our parents to, now everything's online, but in the past, alerting our parents to, these grades aren't so great. So my brother Tony would have my youngest brother Mark run interference and take the letters out of the mail so that my parents wouldn't see them. But then my youngest brother Mark, he was solo, right? Everybody was off to college when he was there, and he was getting the bad grades, and he didn't have anybody to run interference for him and take the letters out of the mail. So my youngest brother beat the system. Chew, much like you saying that you would shut off the cameras or shut off the internet.
Yeah.
My brother called the post office and had the mail stopped. And so about a week and a half of no mail showing up at the house. I think my brother thought he would have made his way over there and collected the mail and then kind of put it in randomly without the letters home from the school. My parents figured out what was going on when they called the post office to say, we haven't been receiving any mail. And they said, oh, well, you wouldn't. You put a hold on it 2 weeks ago. So my brother did eventually get caught, but he tried to do the old workaround, canceling the mail. Like you were saying, you were going to shut off the internet.
Did he ever fess up to it after? I mean, did your parents figure out which one of you stopped the mail?
Yeah, for sure. They
Okay.
did. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, big
Does
trouble.
every family have a goalie issue? Because mine did. I think mine had 2.
I don't think
You
it's
don't?
every family. My younger sister.
I would say most families.
I also don't know if it was, I think my mom probably wanted another baby.
11 years?
I'm telling you. Well, it's
I had an 11 and a 6.
6 years younger than you?
Yes.
Or 6 years younger than the oldest?
6 years younger, a 6. Yeah.
I think my dad was surprised by the development, yes, but I think my mom was like, my mom loved being a mom, loves being a mom. So I think she was like, yeah, let's do it again.
Okay.
Bring it back around.
Yeah, there's 3 of us where the biggest gap between my older sister and my younger sister is 5 years.
I mean, the parents never admit it, but how many years does it have to be to surmise that someone went 5-hole?
What do you mean the parents would never admit it? What do you mean? Why wouldn't you move?
No one wants to be a mistake.
Yep.
I know. I wanted him to say it.
What's the difference between you and the oldest that's close to you?
4 years, 3.5.
That seems pretty standard.
Yeah. Bing, 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 bing. Uncle Bill didn't wait long. That's 6 weeks. Ain't having. You know how they say Zach Tom 8 to 12? UB was like 1 to 2 weeks. That's not a high ankle sprain, okay? You just tweaked it.
Do you think that was just a gross misunderstanding of like what the woman's body had just gone through? Or it was just like, I don't care?
I don't know. T levels at 24 years old are pretty high.
True. Our parents were so young.
Yes.
Also, like, again, not that I would know since I don't have any children, but like it had to have been cheaper to have kids back in the day. Like, I just see what all of my friends go through in terms of the financial commitment of having a kid.
Absolutely.
And to be fair, I actually appreciate that you have the data in front of you of how expensive it is to have children, and there are people who are saying, let's crunch the numbers, let's check our budget.
Yeah.
No.
Can we afford another child?
Exactly, and then making that responsible decision. I appreciate that instead of just like, we'll figure it out.
Well, but also, like, I mean, at that point, you lived on a farm. I mean, more kids was just more workers.
You need to work. But I think someone calculated...
Need laborers? We'll just make them.
Someone calculated
Can't
it
hire? That's
for
no
myself,
problem.
and I think to have a kid back, my day was like $70,000 a kid.
Oh, there's no way it's even close to that now. Hold on. What is the price of having
a child today?
A child in 2024.
I'm going to say 200.
This is about to be the biggest.
Right?
This is not helping. Business Insider estimates the cost to care for one child is $25,000.
No way.
A year?
No, I'm saying until they're 18.
I need a little more. Budgeting for baby. Yeah, I need a little more time. 18,000 right now is what it's saying on average.
A year?
But that's giving birth. See, that's what I'm saying. There's too much nuance here with what I'm Googling to find out what it is. Joshy's better at this whole thing than I am anyway. He's
$331,933. That is according to USDA data and inflation statistics from the BLS Raising a Child in 2023.
Told you. $300,000.
Wow.
It's a lot of dollars.
Yeah.
So again, this is why more people are saying
It's
not
enough.
It's not for me.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, I'm good with none.
Have you met my dog?
Bubba's a good boy.
All right, we got to take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Wrap up the show right after this. But before we do, if you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're visiting the great city of Milwaukee, you can enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. It is ideally located in the heart of the theater district and has deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, and nightly live music. So you'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Right now, they've got room rates starting as low as $129 a night. You can learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com. That's stkatearts.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Kyle Walls for Universal Windows Direct. I've been telling you that windows from Universal perform better and last longer. Call today at 414-410-2000 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. And for every 2 windows you buy, you get the next 2 free. Plus a free upgrade to triple pane glass, and they'll double your energy tax credit. Restrictions do apply. Tell them I told you to call and get an additional $250 off your next project. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to universalwindowsdirect.com, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
In season, off season, draft season. Whatever season it is, we are Milwaukee's place to talk green and gold. Listen, watch, or stream live whenever, wherever. 94.5 ESPN.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Even when you get a great price, diamonds cost a lot of money.
But we want you to be able to buy the engagement ring you really want.
You won't have to settle for anything less than fantastic when you come to Kessler's.
We do everything in our power to make it possible for you to give her that magical engagement ring you really want her to have.
Friendly financing makes it possible.
We can give you 0% interest for 12 months with approved credit.
And with approved credit, we can give you 36 months to pay with just 9.99%.
And if getting your credit approved is a problem, we've even got second chance financing for people who deserve a second chance.
Don't settle for second best. Come to Kessler's.
Seriously, we do everything in our power to make it possible for you to give her that magical engagement ring you really want her to have.
That's the sort of thing you can expect from us when you hear us say, welcome to Kessler's.
Welcome to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, go to KesslersDiamonds.com. And one more thing, welcome to Kessler's.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank, and as a community bank, we sincerely appreciate our customer loyalty. Over nearly 90 years, we've done all we can to return the favor. Great Midwest Bank offers flexible solutions that bigger banks and credit unions simply can't, because our entire team is right here in the community. We love helping our neighbors when we're at work and then catching up over the weekend. Visit us at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
It's racing season. That means you've got to get out to Elkhart Lakes Road America. IndyCar driver Will Power has experienced it many times. He loves the fan atmosphere at Road America.
Oh, yeah, I do. I mean, at the end of each day, I always go for a cruise in my golf cart around the camping grounds, just to see everyone there with their families grilling out and playing cornhole and having a good time. It's certainly a different atmosphere for somewhere like Long Beach, where it's a big party atmosphere. That's like a very family time together atmosphere, and it's a really cool campground. It really is, and it's actually a really good track to watch from as well. Some pretty cool viewing areas. So it's certainly a place to go for a good weekend of camping, I'd say, with your family.
Be part of race day this summer at Road America. Visit roadamerica.com.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. The hotel is ideally located in the heart of the theater district in downtown Milwaukee. With deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site galleries, and nightly live music, you'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Book special hotel packages with room rates starting as low as $129 a night. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I'm telling you, don't doubt his story, because he heebie-jeebies at certain times to miss field goals.
Yeah.
Gabe, I showed you how he does the heebie-jeebies,
Heebie-jeebie,
right?
heebie-jeebie,
You take your
heebie-jeebie.
fingers and you rub them back and forth on your thigh, and you go heebie-jeebie, heebie-jeebie. Swear the guy bats 100%. So to call him a liar, and he puts a curse on you?
Look, I'm not calling him a liar.
Yeah, you are.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Here we go.
Join former NBA stars and Marquette basketball alumni Dwayne Wade and Travis Diener as they return to Milwaukee this summer for Wade versus Diener Champions for Literacy. Golf alongside the stars at North Shore Country Club on June 17th. It's a day full of food, fun, events, and good golf, all while funding local youth literacy projects. If golf isn't for you, check out their tee-off party. It's June 15th at Pilot Project. Learn more at wadedienergala.givesmart.com.
Feel like I'm gonna puke 'cause my taxes are due.
I'm sure you caught it yesterday. Fox Sports announcing its Friday night college football schedule. I don't like it. This is not a Fox Sports versus ESPN thing. But now, as a parent of a high school football player, I really like Friday night being reserved for high school football. There's a few games on here or there, but did I see an 11 p.m. Eastern start for Rutgers USC?
Well, it's at Rutgers. It's at USC.
I suppose, yeah. What are you going to do? We can't play at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, his kids have classes, Jen.
That might be a Pollyanna take, thinking that people can't divide their attention. But now all I'm picturing is a bunch of parents standing in the stands, holding their little iPhones, watching YouTube television or the Fox Sports app to consume a college football game while also trying to pay attention to first down on the high school football field. I don't know.
It's one of those things. Yes, I think it'd be easier, but I also think Fox recognizes these aren't going to be
all year
the biggest rating. Oh no, it is all year.
Oh, it is all year long.
They cleared their Friday. They cleared their deck for Friday, so they could announce this schedule. I mean, they're hoping a few million people tune in. They can make enough money off of it. I mean, their big time slot still, their big noon, 11 a.m. Central. Yep. Like that's their big one, but they think that they can draw enough people where it's going to be monetized on Friday nights, even though Friday nights are for high school football.
Badgers have a Friday?
Oh, I think the Badgers do. Did I see the Badgers on there?
They've typically had one a year, I feel like, early in the season.
Not on this schedule I'm looking at. And Chew, here, let me just rattle off the teams. Arizona, K-State, Illinois, Nebraska, Washington, Rutgers, Michigan State at Oregon, because they have the Big Ten package. Northwestern at Maryland, Oregon at Purdue, Rutgers at USC, Iowa at UCLA, UCLA at Washington, Purdue at Michigan State, Utah at UCF, and then the Mountain West Championship Friday, December 6th. Do you have a preference? Do you think Friday should be reserved for high school football?
I do. I love high school football. Love it. Love all the pomp. I love the innocence of it. They should have just left it alone.
But that's where the landscape is now. It's like finding any...
Money,
what it reminds me of is the land out by you. Because you're on the lake.
Yeah.
And people are like willing to divide lots in order for people to have lake access or lake adjacent property. Kind of feels like what the broadcast teams are doing now just to get more games in.
What's next? What day's next? Are they all Tuesday?
Tuesday's Maction.
Yeah.
Wednesday, football every day of the week, man.
Ugh. Now you know why I get.
By the way, no Friday game this year for the Badgers.
Oh, okay.
Everything's on Saturday.
All right. I'll watch a couple of them, not all of them. I got stuff going. I'm a busy guy.
On planting flowers and whatnot.
Planting flowers.
Good luck with that
Everyone's
today.
Been less busy.
In November?
In the history of the world, has anyone had less to actually do than Mark Chimura?
I'm starting a weekend just for that. After I work out.
Wilde and Tausch is next on ESPN Milwaukee. Have a great day, everybody.